What? Drake, what is you doing here? With them eyebrows. I know you anywhere. Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today, you already know by the title of the video, it is Only Friends the series time, y'all. I have been so excited for this just because the amount of familiar faces in this show. So we're gonna get straight into it, okay? We're gonna get a little synopsis so we know what the story is supposed to be about before we get into episode 1, okay? So the story follows, so it's basically the synopsis as told by mydramalist.com, okay? It says Mew, Ray, Boston, and Namchueam, a group of business students running a hostel together, blur the lines between friendship and romance. So Mew has been focusing on his studies, setting aside no time for sex or relationships. So to help with their business's design, Boston introduces the group to Top. Boston didn't anticipate Top's interest in Mew, and he isn't happy with the turn of events. Then we have economics student San. He wants an exclusive relationship with Ray, but Ray has feelings for Mew, and he's not interested in settling. And then we have IT guy Nick, who finds a sex tape in Boston's phone and ends up in a friends with benefits relationship with him. However, Nick wants something more. Y'all, this show gonna be something else, okay? And then just going over, we got First as Sand or San, maybe the D is silent. And then we have Khaotung as Ray or Popcorn. And then we have Force as Top, Book as Mew, Neo as Boston, and Mark as Nick. It's just gonna eat, y'all. I already know. It's gonna eat. It's gonna eat. I ain't even worried about it. I know it's gonna eat. I'm so excited, okay? Because it is a Tuesday, the 15th, and this came out on a Saturday. And I have been forcing myself to wait to react to it because I really want to see this. So we're going to get straight into it, okay? So we're going to do our Patreon shout out. So the first Patreon shout out does go out to Moons Yule, and then the second Patreon shout out just goes out to Genovia Thomas, okay? Shout out to you both for being supporters on the Patreon. And I do appreciate your support because it is so very much appreciated. And y'all, if you are a subscriber on the YouTube channel, I also want to give you a shout out as well because your support is so very much appreciated. But without further ado, y'all, we are going to get straight into Only Friends the series, episode 1. Y'all, I'm so excited. It ain't even. Who is this man? Cow. What is happening? They always fighting in the show, though. They always fighting in the show. I don't think it's a first cow or a cow first show without them fighting. He's definitely the character Top for sure. Force got that energy. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my gosh. He's smooth with it. Wait. Did this man just say his man is at home, but he is out here at the bar being rizzed up by Boston? You know what? Not him entertaining other men while your man is at home thinking he faithful. Shameful. Dude is hungover. Popcorn, get up. Also, they're literally mixing business with pleasure. Oh my goodness. This show about to get so interesting, y'all. I'm really liking the story. Like, you're getting actual character information. I love that. GMTV, y'all getting better with the writing, and I really love to see it, especially where BLs are concerned. I'm wondering how much intersectionality we're gonna see regarding LGBTQIA plus actual issues in Thailand in this story, because I would love for them to connect it. I really would.
เห็นหน้าเด็กก็คิดว่าเป็นน้อง
He does look youthful.
เออ
I don't think this man has aged at all since I started watching GM and TV shows. He looks exactly the same.
แต่ว่าวันนี้คงไม่ได้อ่ะงั้นเดี๋ยวเซเลโทรมานะเดี๋ยวมาเอายินดีให้บริการนะ
I was peeping their chemistry the whole conversation, but Nick, you better watch out for this man. He out here eyeing you up and down like you a delectable dessert or something. Watch him.
ถูกต้องโอ้ยขนลุกรับเล่าช็อตไปเลยจุดหล่อนี่
Okay, because that's interesting. Because I was always like growing up, I was always taught that that O word, I'm not gonna finish it, that they just translated it as was like not a good word to use because it was sometimes used as a derogatory term in the States. But I guess in Asia, when Asian people say it, it's not a derogatory term. Maybe I just like that word always was. I was always like clutching my pearls every time I would hear it be said or see it in a title of like an Asian show because I was like growing up, I was taught that that word was not a word that you use because it was used by like really rude people in the United States to describe Asian people in general in a very negative way. And so that's why I was taught not to use that word. So I'm wondering if they're like kind of reclaiming that word for it to be, you know, a good word to describe Asian people now. I'm just interested in that.
แต่ใส่แว่นนี่ไงมิวใส่แว่นแล้วน่ารักดีนะเขาชอบอ่ะ
He's trying to get you, Mew. Watch out. The top seems like a player.
เราเพิ่มปะขอแล้วไม่เลยกินเยอะแล้วมึงอ่ะเขาอ้วกอีกมึงนี่คออ่อนด้วยปะขับรถนานไม่ใช่หรอนั่งไปส่งอีกไม่ได้คืนนี้กูมีนัดแล้วคืนนี้มาเป็นภาระตลอดเลยเลย
Wait, so who's driving him home?
กูเป็นภาระเองอ่ะ
Somebody get him. Because he drove there and he cannot drive back. I do too, sis. Okay, we sensing the same thing. What?
Wow.
Just out of the blue, she said go home with him. You know, I'm all for encouraging your friends to live their best life. But he don't know this man. You know, even though he is Boston/Tun's friend, he don't know Top from Sam. We don't know what he into sexually. Okay? He could be a BDSMer. And not that that's a bad thing, but if you out here about that life and you got somebody who's doesn't understand the concept of it and who's a virgin at that, you know, gotta ease them into it. Feel me? So I'm like, I don't know if Mew should be with Top in that regard. We don't know who this man is, but hopefully he'll be gentle if he does decide to be with him because I don't want to say Mew is sensitive, but he looks breakable. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't like the way Top is talking about Mew, to be very for real. I don't like that. It seems like he thinks he can mold Mew into somebody that he wants in a sexual partner. I don't like that. I don't know about this character. He seems like he could be a problem down the line. And it seems like Tun likes Top, and Top doesn't realize it, or he does and does not care. Because Tun is giving me jealousy. What? Drake, what is you doing here? With them eyebrows. I know you anywhere.
ใช่แต่อยากกินอีกเลยอ่ะ
Is they flirting right now?
ถ้างั้นไปต่อห้องเราก็ล่ะ
What?
มีทั้งเหล้ามีทั้งดนตรีแล้วก็
What?
มีเราด้วย
What? I am flabbergasted. What?
แค่ก็พอแล้วปะ
I never thought I'd see Neo and Drake together on a show as a hookup coupling. Like, what is... What?
กูบอกว่าอย่าขับไง
Ray don't like to listen. I'm so tired of this man being a burden to people. But he adorable, but somebody need to watch him. His friend group needs to make sure he protected, because he is not a danger just to himself. But if he behind the wheel drunk, he's a danger to everyone. And they need to watch him. Okay, that's the whole book 101. Especially if it's a one-night stand situation. Okay, I'm like, for real, if you're gonna have a one-night stand with somebody, you don't let them know where you live. That is not smart. That is not good business, okay? Never let nobody know that you're having a one-night stand with where you live. Nah, you take that to a motel, a hotel, a Holiday Inn, like I stated earlier. You never take that home to your residential address. No. Not in 2023. Maybe in 2000, 1993, but not in 2023. A lot has changed. A lot has changed. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that, y'all. This is just TV, okay? This is TV. But realistically, don't do that. They gotta earn the right to know where you live, not just on a one-night stand tip. They don't need to know your address. They don't need to know how your home is decorated. Nothing personal outside of your first name. If you want to give that to them, unless you're using a fake name, it's in the whole book, okay? And whole stands for having options everywhere. That's rule number 1. Never let them know where you really live. Period. Really, you just letting this happen? Okay, whatever works. As long as everybody consensual. In the kitchen? On the counter? Oh. Top, you are one of those. Oh. But why is Boston, aka Ton, catching strays? He ain't even here. Y'all, like, he ain't even here, and you was out here saying, oh, I'm not him. Damn. Like, he catches strays and he ain't even in the room. He just got randomly brought up in a conversation, and he out here saying, oh, I'm not a hoe like him. I'm like, now, Neil, that's no way to talk about your friend, even though it is true. You don't say that to mix company. I mean, dang. Oh, they got them lemon pepper steppers on. Okay. What? Is this Drake? And what? Y'all, like, never in my life did I thought I would see a Neo Drake moment like this. Because I'm like, I know Drake from my earlier days of GMM TV. This was back when Neo and Fu Wen were like a couple in a BL drama that Drake and this other Thai actor named Frank were in together, and it was like a high school drama. And back then, Neo, who is Ton or Boston here, was with Fu Wen before Fu Wen became a BL couple with Pond. And I'm like, so it's very interesting to see them being able to do scenes like such as that together. I know that workshop was crazy. I'm like, the workshop was crazy. The blocking must have been intense. Because I'm like, they really gave it. They're all in that scene. I'm like, that's all I'm going to say. Because what? I ain't never thought Drake could do a scene like that. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't never thought he could. I knew Neo could, but I never thought Drake could. Because ever since Drake and Frank stopped being a BL couple, I really haven't seen Drake with anybody else. And so I'm like, that's interesting. And then also Neo has been a BL couple with Fu Wen and with Louis as well in Fish Upon the Sky. And then he even played Fu Wen's brother in Fish Upon the Sky after they had previously played in another show as a whole couple. And I'm like, so I already knew there's nothing this man can't do, because the way you can go from chemistry with one actor as a romantic setting to sibling energy is pretty iconic. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I'm glad Neo finally getting him his main role, and to see him acting like he acting here, top tier, 10 out of 10. I highly recommend. And that's all I'm gonna say. But now back to Force and Book's characters, because it's gonna be interesting, this whole conversation. And also, I love what GMMTV is showing, how consent depends on the moment, and the moment you stop feeling like you want to do something, how that consent can be taken back. Because I love the way that even though Top may seem like a player and whatnot, he's respectful of his sexual partners, and that as soon as Mew said that he didn't want to go through with it, he immediately stopped. There was no question about it. There was no pleading with him or trying to manipulate him into continuing to do something he didn't feel comfortable doing. And oh my God, how that is top tier. Because the way that sometimes BL dramas try to paint members of the LGBTQIA plus community as being people who don't practice consent really was rubbing me the wrong way when I first got into these type of genres back in 2020. But seeing the evolution and how consent is being more focused on, especially in Thai dramas, I'm loving the growth. Especially with GMMTV, I'm loving the growth. May they continue it. Oh, he gonna fall in love. Oh, that's why he don't want to sleep with him. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you. Exceeded your boundaries.
คราวหลังก็อย่าทำแบบนี้ด้วยอยากได้กูก็จีบกูดีๆหน้าตาผมก็หล่ออีกนะ
Not him accusing this man of assault. Not Ray accusing Sand of assault. Because that's basically what he's describing. Like, whenever you try to sleep with somebody who's incapacitated, whether they be drunk or kind of like high off of that, whatever they own, that's not really a consensual entanglement there. That's kind of predatory. So the fact that Ray is accusing Sam with no evidence, like y'all didn't wake up in the same bed, you was in the couch, he just came out to shower. And I'm like, I get it, because you know you gotta be safe. But also not him saying that he would not have to resort to them type of methods because he would get with him sober. I'm just like, Ray is a character. That's all I'm gonna say. Ray is a character, but not him accusing Sand of taking advantage of his drunk state to sleep with him. No, that is insulting. I would be heated. What? What?
ของกูอะมีแต่ของแพงๆด้วยนาฬิกากูอะกระเป๋าตังค์เสื้อผ้ากูอะที่ช่วยหมายดีกว่าช่วยมึงเลยมึงเลือกเก็บของเลยปะ
Yeah, that's rude to try to accuse him of taking advantage of you and then stealing your stuff. Like, Ray need to come correct. He saved your life last night. Sir. He's so irritating. Because she was accusing him of stuff. That's why he upset. Oh, Ray gonna need some character development, y'all. Because he getting a little bit irritating. I don't... But Top, you can't... You know what? I feels like Top wants to be with him. But at the same time, Top, you can't be with Mew and be bonding emotionally with him and not physically intimate, but you being physically intimate with other people and just not bonding emotionally with them. Because it's going to get messy. That's all I'm going to say. And he knows that. So I don't know why he's trying to entertain you if you know that there's physical intimacy that you want in a relationship that he's not yet going to give you. It's going to seem like it's going to be a bad thing. That's all I'm going to say. I don't even know how he is able to keep a straight face or even face this man after what you did last night. That's all I'm going to say. Sir, not you trying to put a thirst trap in his phone, knowing that he is a certain type of way. You know he like it. I don't know why this man playing. Wow. They damn near the same exact person. What? Why why is Ray looking like that? He is looking so disgusted. Why does he look like that? Like, who the hell let him in here? I'm like, Ray, does Ray know something we don't? Because not only does our good man, Ton, aka Boston, know Top and introduce him to the friend group, but Ray knows of Top too. So have Ton and Ray also been with Top before he became interested in Mute? Like, is this a complicated rectangle of entanglements? A square? Oh my god. Y'all, I got so many theories. Okay, so y'all apologize for pausing a lot. So is Ray interested in Mew? And Ton is definitely interested in Top. We got a freaking... Is it like a pentagon? Like a love pentagon going on? What is happening? Y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. That's all I will say.
แล้วก็มึงไอ้บอลตันไปรู้จักกูได้ไง
They used to sleep together?
มึงให้กูไปถามมันให้ปะล่ะขอโทษ
I love his sarcasm.
กูถามพี่โอมาแล้วอ่ะกูว่ามันดูน่าสนใจดี
Of course he is. Because for men like him, people that don't want to immediately sleep with them are very interesting. Because they're not easy to figure out. Why are you rubbing on his hands?
กูบอกแล้วไงมึงกับกูแค่รอบเดียวพอทำไม
I knew they slept together.
มึงติดใจกูแล้วเหรอ
I knew it already. I knew it already.
มึงคอยดูนะเป็นแฟนกันแล้วนะ
Oh goodness, I don't know. I don't know if I want him to say yes or no. I don't know. I was so undecided on Top as a character. So I don't know if he's playing the long game, it will leave him hurt in the end, or if he really cares. And y'all, this show is gonna be so... I feel like I already knew it was gonna be messy from the trailer, but it's just gonna be so very messy. Ah, dang. Like, I didn't want it to be this messy, but like, it's gonna be so very messy. Because I'm so suspicious of Top right now. Like I said earlier, does he really want Mew as a boyfriend, like to be committed to him and him alone? Or does he just want him up until the point they sleep together and then he'll get disinterested and leave him high and dry? And then, like Ton, aka Boston, said, he'll be right there to comfort his friend. But also, I'm looking at Ton differently, because if you know that this man has that potential to be like that to your version friend, why would you just not let him know that? And just be very for real that, you know, that he's this type of person and he likes to play around and he might not really be interested in an actual relationship with you after you sleep together. Like, why are you keeping that from him? And also, Ton as well, why are you keeping the fact, and also, not just Ton, but Top, why are y'all keeping the fact that y'all slept together, even if it was just one time, from you? Because who gonna tell him? Who gonna tell him? Or is he gonna find it out in a real not cool way and be even more hurt by the both of you because of it? See how messy this is just starting? It's only episode 1. And then also, we got Ton out here sleeping with the man at the shop. And I'm just like, and you leading him on because it's very obvious that you got some lingering feelings for Top that you're not addressing. And then there's that situation. And then also what's going on with Ray and Sand with that episode 2 Peekaboo preview. And also what's going on between Ray and Mew. Why is Ray so overly protective and almost seemingly jealous of Mew's relationship with Top? So there's also that. And I'm just like, there's so many facets to this story. And it is only episode 1. I feel like this is going to be one of the best BL series that JMTV has done. One of their best series overall, really. Okay, I liked Enigma, but this is better because it's dealing with more societal issues. And then I also like how, even though it was advertised as like, you know, it's going to be sensual, there's going to be some intimate scenes, they're really giving us story. Like these people, they got like college like degrees that they're pursuing. They're business majors. I think Top is like some type of designer kind of a major, or like either like I don't know if it's graphic design or architecture, some type of a design related to buildings and homes or something along them lines. That's what I'm guessing. And then the other members of the friend group are a part of the business school at their university. And then Sand is trying to get his music career kickstarted by singing at the bar. And I'm like, they all have different facets, and you still got to see like certain aspects of their character. Obviously, not all of them because it's just episode one, but like the groundwork is laid out for the foundations of who these characters are outside of the interminglings that they have with other characters. And I really like that they thought it out. And like I said, I'm hoping for more intersectionality between, you know, of course, the issues and then also the orientations of people who identify as LGBTQIA plus mentioned in the show. And especially how it correlates to societal issues and things like that. I'm hoping that that intersectionality is brought into this show. But yeah, y'all, that is just my reaction to Only Friends, the series episode 1. It was phenomenal. I really, really loved it. As always, Force and Book are going to give us what we need to give, because they were giving us chemistry since they first got on the screen together. And then also First and Cal, or Cal and First, however you want to say it, they always are giving. It's always giving energy. And Neo and Mark, Neo here was the MVP this entire episode. He ate it up. He ate it up, y'all. And I'm so excited to see him finally getting a main role and having so many lines and screen time, because this man has really put in the work in a lot of GMM TV shows, and has really been that secondary lead to the main characters for so long that he really deserves to have this main lead #1 spot. And we really get to see how talented he is in terms of his acting. And I really love that for him, because the same chemistry he had with Mark is the same chemistry he had with Drake in this show, and the same chemistry he had with Force in this show. So the fact that he's able to correlate different types of chemistry with different actors and make it all believable within the same episode, ain't nobody can tell me nothing about Neo. He deserves all the flowers, and I hope he gets even more shows with GMM TV as the main lead after this, because it's insane. His talent is insane, and I need more praise on his name. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, y'all, again, this is my reaction to episode 1 of Only Friends, the series. I will continue until the show is done. I'm hoping we get 12 episodes for this show, but I'm not sure how many episodes we're gonna get. But yeah, y'all, I will see y'all in the next episode reaction for this series. And if you have stayed until the end of this video, I want to thank y'all so much. If you're watching this video on YouTube, again, I don't know how to contact or what form to fill out for GMM TV to react to the full episode and put it on YouTube without it being struck down for copyright reasons. So you will see this very heavily edited down. But if you go on Patreon, the first episode of this series, which is this episode, will be public on Patreon. So you'll see the full reaction and everything, and my little rewinds and whatnot, my pauses. You'll see the full everything on Patreon. I will link it down below. And also, if you are a patron on the Patreon, I want to thank you so much for your support, because it is so very much appreciated. And once again, a shout out to the YouTube subscribers here on YouTube. I want to thank you so much for all that y'all do, and your comments and your likes and your shares and everything. Y'all are so very much appreciated. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe to the channel, do not forget to do so, because we are on the road to 500 subscribers. And every day we get a whole heck of a lot closer to that goal. And again, until next time, y'all, see you on the next video. Bye.